From the Delhi studios of Republic TV, it's time for Arnab Goswami on the debate.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is time for Imran Khan, despite pandering to terrorists and batting for the Taliban, groveling before Putin, driving the cars of world leaders, even taking the bus when he was kicked out of a sponsored plane. The Pakistanis have had enough of him. The clock is ticking on his prime ministerial post, and the clock is ticking on Pakistan. Let's debate.
Imran Khan is comparing the Pakistani army to animals for not backing him before a trust vote. Imran Khan is embarrassing his nation by saying Nepal is in Kathmandu.
जिसने काठमांडू के नेपाल में
Imran Khan is turning the Pakistani parliament into a boxing ring.
Viewers, the Pakistan opposition continues to lambast Imran Khan, with one particular leader, Maryam Aurangzeb of the PMLN, tweeting, "Explain to Imran Sahib the things which have turned politics into enmity. Talks are had with politicians, not abusive thugs and hooligans."
And now even the Pakistanis have had enough. The National Assembly Secretariat has reportedly declared the opposition party's no-confidence motion against Imran Khan as valid. A session is expected before 2022. After all, where has Imran Khan left Pakistan with? An ISI chief who goes into panic mode over an accidental unarmed missile. And a tanking economy. It is clear there are no takers for pro-Taliban Imran's Naya Pakistan. Let's debate.
General G.D. Bakshi, General Dhruv Katoch, Sushant Sareen and Saurabh Shukla from us, Indian side from Delhi. We have Mohammad Omar Siddiqui. He's from the Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf. He's the focal person for the Ministry of Human Rights, Punjab, and Deputy Convener, Electronic Media Information Department, Punjab. Mohammad Omar Siddiqui is there on your screen, ladies and gentlemen, in the bottom left second corner. Hamid Khan is strategic affairs expert from Islamabad. He is pro-Imran. Faraz Saeed is a political analyst. And, anti-Imran is Mustafa Abdullah Baloch, leader of the PPP, ladies and gentlemen. I think I just lost the link there with him. And we have Kamar Chima also, who is joining us today from Washington. Kamar, have you already run away from Pakistan? I know there's trouble there, but have you deserted your country now? What's going on there? Will Imran survive?
When I go to UK, you say to me why I go UK. When I come back, you say why I'm going back. Funny guy.
So every
Arnab, you don't let us live in America or England.
No, what's... No. I'm a well-wisher of the Pakistani people. My question to Kamar Chima is, Kamar, why did Imran Khan call his army officials animals? Was it good to do that, especially when at a time when he's in political trouble?
Well, I think Imran Khan didn't say at all this. What Imran Khan was saying is that every people should not be neutral. People should take side. So, and at the same time, when the army spokesperson is saying that we do not take sides, we are the ones who follow the orders of the government. So they are just doing what the executive must do. The army is a part of the executive, and they're supposed to do the job for which they're asked. And above all, the military is not supposed to take sides with the political parties. They're going to take side with the state. So whatever the state will order them, they have to do this. So it is the politician's job that how they go for running from pillar to post, for having their majority in the parliament. And Imran Khan these days is doing this. But unfortunately, Imran Khan is notorious enough to politicize the military, which is not a good job. And we believe that Imran Khan must not drag the military in such kind of things. Although he has been a very strong person who has been anti-Musharraf.
1 minute. How is he doing that?
Let me reply.
Well, Imran Khan used to do that in the past, but now Imran Khan is not doing that. He's the Prime Minister, the Chief Executive of the country, and the Army Chief General Bajwa and Imran Khan have an excellent relation. And that is why I think looking at that good relation and looking at the sensitivities in the region, Imran Khan thought that General Bajwa should have an extension for another 3 years because that was needed for the regional stability. So in the past, when General Musharraf and the military used to intervene directly into the politics and used to take over power, he was the one who used to criticize. But at the moment, he believes that General Bajwa is working as a good army chief, and Imran Khan is his boss. And Bajwa has been saying it many times in public and generally to the politicians and to the others that Imran Khan is my boss, and so this is a reality. So do not try to politicize. Yes, Imran Khan is in a tricky position in Pakistan, but that does not mean there is a rift between the institutions and Imran Khan.
Arnab, can I say something?
Arnab? Yeah, Hamid.
Yeah. Thank you. Arnab,
please.
To be honest, today's topic is nothing but wishful thinking that you are trying to say that there is a differences between Bajwa and Imran Khan, while as Kamar Chima is saying, or as I would say the same thing, that this is the first time in Pakistan history that army and the government is on the same page, and their working relationship is very ideal. As far as your making news and everything is concerned, yes, you can have a wishful thing that Imran and Bajwa will go on the different sides. But as I've said to you many times, that there is no conspiracy can work against Pakistan's sovereignty. And now this is whatever happening in Pakistan is a political process. If there is a motion of no confidence, it is a constitutional process. And I believe that Imran Khan is in a strong position that this even vote of no confidence motion will fail. But it is a political process. Army has nothing to do with it. And army will remain neutral, which is army's best policy for the so far.
People are.
I am just saying,
Hamid, I'll show the pictures from the assembly. Can I show the pictures from the assembly a few days back when they were I'll just tell you, full frame, please, ladies and gentlemen. Full frame. No, I'm sure it's I'm telling you one thing. See Hamid, who am I to tell you? I'm just going to show the pictures. This is the political process. They are beating each other up. Viewers, I'm telling you, viewers, they are beating each other up. The police has got into the parliament lodges. Opposition people are being pulled out. They are beating each other up. Imran Khan says that only animals remain neutral. When the army says we are going to remain neutral, he compares them to animals. Then Bajwa tells Imran Khan, please don't call Maulana Fazlur Rahman Diesel. So obviously, is this a normal political process? इस तरह की मारपीट, इस तरह का खून खराबा आपके assembly के अंदर, is this a normal political process? It's chaos. I'm telling you, it's chaos of a different order. Don't be in denial. Mustafa Abdullah Baloch, is everything normal? I mean, I want you to come into the debate with Mohammad Omar Siddiqui of the PTI. They say everything is normal, no problem. Imran is in complete control. The army and Imran are working together. What's your take, Mustafa? Mustafa, what's your take? You're a leader of the PPP. What's your take?
Nothing is normal right now. Imran Khan is looking for a political adventurism, and he's looking for something insane. And he has gone bizarre with all these optics which you are seeing right now on screen. He is going against the opposition parties and he's calling names in public. And he's scared of facing his own legislators. And I mean, he can right now he can face the consequences in parliament. Why is he mongering around? So currently he's the most unpopular person in Pakistan because of his weak economic policies. And he has alienated Pakistan internationally. And if you see, like Shahid Mohtarma Benazir Bhutto, she was a visionary leader. She wanted to make South Asia just like a European Union, so that all these countries should be like in the region with free trade and, kind of uniform currency. But Imran Khan has lost it. He has failed in all those aspects, be it foreign affairs, be it domestic affairs, be it economic affairs. He has not given a image of Pakistan. And it's good that the Pak army has distanced itself from Imran Khan, and they have claimed to be neutral, and they have said that they have nothing to do with politics, domestic politics. But Imran Khan has lost the support. He has lost the support of his own legislatures, and it's sad that he is going towards a very risky path.
Muhammad Omar, the fact is that Pakistan is in big trouble. Financially, there is trouble. There is a runaway inflation. You cannot deny it. I know you're with the PTI, but you cannot deny it. Your inflation is hitting 13, 14, 15%. It's a 70-year record. The people of Pakistan are suffering. And that's why the opposition is being forced to come together.
First of all, let me tell you and let me show you one thing, and that's for sure.
Mr.
That
Siddiqui.
Pakistan Army and Pakistan government. It's very on the very first for the very first time that Pakistan government and Pakistan Army are on the same page. Secondly, when you say that Imran Khan, our Prime Minister Imran Khan, compared army with the animals, it's totally a wrong perception that you guys are, it's just an agenda that is supporting our opposition and your agenda as well. It was a quote that was said by Henry Kissinger, And secondly, the thing is that Imran Khan never taunted this for Pakistan Army. He was just quoting it as a very normal thing, And otherwise, every institution, including Pakistan Army, judiciary, whatever it is, we are on the same page. Every institution in our country is a patriot thing, and they have never been neutral when it comes to Pakistan, So you don't need to worry about it. And what are you saying about that inflation? Let it be 13%, 14%, whatever it is. Crisis is hitting all the world right now. And this thing, obviously, Mr. Arnab, you are a mature person and you know this thing really very well. So it's not only Pakistan. Around the globe, inflation has increased a lot of, it's a very normal thing that due to Corona, many businesses and many stuff has, gone down the mark. And if you say,
but are you in denial? I mean, let me get Faraz in on this. See, the thing is that the reports that we get, Mr. Siddiqui.
Pakistan government, it is
the reports that we get,
and it will always stand with Pakistan government and Imran Khan. Pakistan Army knows that Imran Khan is a patriot, and we are patriot. That's why we are standing with Imran Khan. So trust me, Imran Khan is not going anywhere. He's gonna spend he's gonna complete these 5 years plus other 5 years as well, inshallah. And you guys, India, obviously India. I respect India.
Please
but
stay
if it
alive
comes
with
to
your
the
programs.
mindset,
It would
I
be
can't hear
only
the
your
others.
dream.
India, you guys don't want Imran Khan.
Arnab, I just want to say one thing.
Mr. Siddiqui, no. Why
Yes,
don't you let
Arnab.
me complete
One more
here?
thing I just
See,
want to
Mr.
say.
Siddiqui, Hamid, please understand, Hamid. Just one thing. Please understand. Don't put a blindfold over yourself. Don't deny the fact.
No, I am not.
Don't say there is nothing wrong in Pakistan. No, 1 minute. I'll tell you. See, Faraz, there is something. No, 1 minute. Yeah, 1 minute. There's something wrong in Pakistan. What is wrong? We'll have to analyze and discuss.
It is not
but
a turmoil.
the way. Hamid, let me complete. Let me complete.
Give me a chance
The way the
then,
Pakistanis are reacting and behaving nowadays. Now, yeah, I will, but let me complete. The way they are behaving nowadays, it's as if the whole world is going to finish them off. I mean, by mistake, Saurabh, by mistake, one small little rocket, like a Diwali rocket, came from the Indian side, misfired and landed on the Pakistani side. The DGISI had a press conference.
Like
India wants to attack us. India wants to finish us. Saurabh, they said we are going to be blown into bits. Saurabh,
The Pakistanis are bankrupt today, both financially and also politically. And they're all stooges of the political of the Pakistani army. In 1947, two countries got independent. One is India, which has a professional army.
Missiles cannot be
I will.
without a certain password.
Saurabh.
Missiles cannot be launched without a certain password.
All of you
Saurabh, please.
Cannot say anything against the army. The Pakistani army runs the show.
Cannot launch without a certain kind of a command and a
tomorrow,
password.
Do you know how much money your generals make? What kind of corruption and the cost of Pakistani
we will send
people?
few of the
Your army
give it a
is
minute.
done. The kind of money your generals have stacked abroad. Have you seen
Now 1 minute. Let me go to Faraz. 1 minute. Let me go to Faraz and let me go to Faraz and Sushant out here. See, the only way. 1 minute, please. The only way, Sushant, for the Pakistanis to forget all this and get united is if you tell them that, look at the state of your economy, or if someone from India tells them, look at the state of your inflation. Sushant, please come into the debate with Faraz. We are watching this with great concern, Faraz. You know why? Because your country is in such a bad position, and on top of it, the way you're fighting, the political instability on top of it, your debt has shattered all records. There is no country in the world which has the kind of debt, external debt today, Faraz, you know it, as Pakistan, right? And look at Imran. Look at Imran. The current account deficit has hit a global record in percentage terms. I mean, Imran, the Pakistani rupee has plunged to a historic low for us. It is somewhere around 180 to a dollar. It's worth nothing. And I'm sorry to say this, but your country was declared bankrupt by your own former state bank chief. Right, for us? So please understand, let's not get defensive about it. You're in big trouble, right? Your whole country is on lease. And the only reason we're discussing this today is because we're looking at you with interest and curiosity and concern. Yes.
The figures you quoted are correct. I will not be offensive.
I'll try to deconstruct whatever the thesis that you presented here. A, that yes, our currency is depreciating. B, our current account deficit is soaring again. Now that is we have to contextualize those numbers in an economic framework. That following COVID lockdown, the economy is opening up. The demand for our goods is increasing in the world. Hence, our export price is competitive enough to compete with the world. Therefore, the demand, because we're exporting a lot of goods and then we're importing a lot of goods as well. Because we're importing manufacturing plants to establish industrial units in Pakistan post-COVID-19. That is, and the problem is inflation, the dent in economic growth is a problem not just for Pakistan. It is a problem that is being suffered by Europe. It is a problem that is being suffered by, in 2021, India suffered a huge historic economic loss on the pretext of COVID. So we are quite familiar with the problem that the world faces, and Pakistan is not an odd one out. But what I actually wanted to answer what you're questioning is, yes, the Prime Minister is concerned about the problem. Economic turmoil is there, and the government is all up in arms against the COVID situation. But the idea is the way you're trying to create a wedge. I see your screen is quite hilarious. Pro-Imran view, pro-army view, and then there's an Indian view on that. The problem is we're taking the statement out of context. We're not contextualizing it. Imran Khan, while addressing this huge gathering, did say, that only humans with conscious, can't be neutral, and only animals can be neutral. It had nothing to do. It had no link with the establishment at all. And only one another point.
Okay, so a minute.
Faraz, the opposition is...
Faraz, 1 minute. Faraz, 1 minute. Faraz, listen. I'll get Sushant in on this. And I'll get Mustafa Baloch also on the program. I just want to tell you, okay? And Faraz, don't think I like it. I feel sorry. After all, once upon a time, we were all one country, right? But look at you today. You have sold and mortgaged the Islamabad Expressway. You think that is normal? The Islamabad-Peshawar motorway has been put on mortgage. You think it is normal? Huh? The Pinid-Bhatia-Lahore motorway section, it has been put on mortgage. Your Lahore airport, your Islamabad airport, your Multan airport have been mortgaged, leased. You think it is normal? You have issued these Sukuk bonds for large-scale borrowing? Please, just because you are on an Indian channel and you feel, nahi, inke samne humko unity dikhani hai. Nahi, mat, don't do that. You're in a really bad position, my friend. Really bad. Really bad. Okay? I want Sushant to come in. Also in the overall context, Sushant, of what you think about the present political situation in Pakistan and where it's headed. Sushant.
So Arnab, a couple of things. Number one, on this whole business of neutrality, which our Pakistanis are, protesting very hard. If the context is that if only animals are neutral, then was Mr. Imran Khan being an animal when he said that he is going to be neutral between Ukraine and Russia? When it suits you, you say we want to be neutral, and it's very clear what the context was. It's very clear what the background was, and the background was that the army was basically saying that we are not going to participate in the political tussle which is going on, which in a manner of speaking was also taking sides. Because until now, the army was standing right behind Imran Khan, and since October last year, there's a clear discernible rift between the army and Imran Khan, and the army has been distancing itself from Imran Khan. And they've said that we will not participate in this political tussle. So please, not everybody is an idiot who does not know what is happening in Pakistan. Secondly, I find it appalling. I agree with the people who say that inflation is a worldwide phenomena and all of that. Yes, there are price rises around the world. But how many political leaders who command the loyalty of their people will go in a public rally and say that I became prime minister? And Imran Khan has said it today. I became a prime minister not to check inflation or to take care of your economic well-being. I became prime minister to unite this country and make it a great nation. How many people will go and say that at a time when economic distress levels in Pakistan are reaching a record high, when inflation is a record high, when people are losing their jobs by the droves? Here is this demagogue, this character who goes and publicly says, मैं आलू प्याज के दाम के लिए थोड़ी आया था. How many political leaders you know will be that insensitive when it comes to matters of daily necessities, matters of, daily existence of people? And clearly this patriotic pitch which he has taken on he typifies that old adage of patriotism being the last refuge of the scoundrel. He knows he's on his way out. He knows that he's lost support. He knows that the public is not very fond of him, and these jalsas which he is doing, he is paying 800 rupees. In fact, those are clips doing round on Pakistani social media, because Pakistani mainstream media has been muzzled by this fascist to a point that it can't even go against him completely. So it's the social media which has brought out clips of 800 rupees being paid for the Dihadi. To get crowds, of how Patwaris are getting crowds. This is exactly what Musharraf did while he was on his way out. So the guy has lost his popularity, and what he is trying to now do is take on this Islamist and this nationalist kind of a hue around him, and so that when he is ousted, he can say it was a Yahood Hunood sazish which has thrown me out, because Pakistan is the Islamabad is the capital city of conspiracy theories. So he'll spin a conspiracy yarn. Now, this kind of a thing that the Americans are conspiring against me, the EU is conspiring against me. Do you think anybody is bothered about conspiring against Imran Khan? Please, Mr. Hamid, keep quiet. I kept quiet while you were talking. Okay? It's my turn. After that, please feel free to spout whatever nonsense you want to spout. I don't care. So the point is, but let me tell you something, Arnab, I will be extremely unhappy if this no confidence motion succeeds. Because I personally, and I've always maintained this, Imran Khan is the best thing that has happened to India. He is the wet dream of every Indian who wanted Pakistan to self-destruct. Because what he has done to Pakistan over the last 3.5, 4 years, the way he has ruined the Pakistan economy, the way he has politicized the Pakistan army. Incidentally, since you asked the question about politicization of the Pakistan army, let me tell you this. There is a great tumult within the top echelons of the Pakistan army because Imran Khan has been playing general against general. And he has that character, Faiz Hamid, whom he wants to succeed Bajwa, so that Faiz Hamid will guarantee him another term. And that is causing a lot of disquiet within the top echelons of the Pakistan army. And finally, so having politicized the Pakistan army, which is a great red line as far as the army is concerned, others who tried it before Imran Khan have really suffered for it. The final point I want to make is today that, normally what happens is that when a situation of the sorts which seems to have developed right now in Islamabad happens, the survival of the government is virtually, it's virtually clear that this government will be on its way out. So I personally
I have always been saying this. I'm coming to you, General Bakshi, but I've always, no, 1 second, Hamid. Before you come in, General Bakshi hasn't come in, but I'll just say one thing, Kamar and Hamid. Have I not been telling you, especially in the last couple of years, that mind your own business? You leased your debt to China. I'm told you are in trouble. You didn't listen. You leased out your state bank to the IMF. I told you you're in trouble. Hey, Kashmir. You leased out your roads. You leased out your airports. You planned to mortgage Fatima Jinnah Park for 500 billion yuan. You leased out your land to China.
Can I reply?
You leased out your Gwadar port to the Chinese for 40 years. No, in the name of development, where the China Overseas Port Holding Company has 91% share of the revenue collection, you leased out to IMF. You want me to tell you more? See, I'm not backing the PPP. I'm telling you that you should have got rid of that Kashmir obsession and focused on your country.
Pakistan, okay.
That's why you are in this situation today.
Yes.
I told you before, General Bakshi wants to say something to you. I told you, when you were jumping up and down, when the Americans left Afghanistan, I told you, you will not get a single naya paisa. That's exactly what's happened.
Arnab,
General Bakshi, first General Bakshi, then you can respond. First General Bakshi, please. First General Bakshi, yeah.
Excuse me.
नहीं बिल्कुल आप बोलिए मगर पहले जनरल बख्शी की बात भी सुन लीजिए खोल लेते हैं debate.
So let us hear us.
Yeah.
Achha. You know, Arnab, I never tire of telling our Pakistani interlocutors of the Paul Kennedy thesis. Over-militarized states are prone to imperial overstretch and overreach, and they destroy themselves, they implode. This is exactly what is happening to you. You know what is happening to your economy, and the Pakistani military has just gone in for purchase of 20 J-10 fighters from China. I don't know who the hell will pay for them. How will they be paid for? But they want to compete with India in new toys, because we've got Rafales, you must guess J-10 Cs. Now, sir, can I please finish? We heard you with great patience. Have similar patience. So, you see, that is number one. Number two, the situation is almost a mirror image, sir, of what happened when Musharraf was forced to take charge. Nawaz Sharif was trying to play the then DG ISI against Musharraf. And he was from the engineers, and then we know what happened. So now, you know, he wanted Faiz Hamid as his DG ISI, and the Pakistani army chief Bajwa hated his guts. He asked for, the Pakistani army chief asked for Lieutenant General Nadeem Anjum, and now as a compromise, Bajwa Saab is pitching for Ghafoor, the former DG ISI, because he feels he had created a good army of Twitterati who can support him in his wars with the opposition. So the fact of the matter is you are trying to play general against general. He's trying to get too clever by half. The last man who did that was Nawaz Sharif, and we know the price he paid. So now the army is doing nothing. Suddenly, from a very pro-Imran Khan stance, it has turned into neutrality. That is more or less the kiss of death. You see? So the fact of the matter is, this is a country that is over-risk. Sir, can I finish? Please, I'd love to hear you reply. I'd love to hear you, sir, because you are the man on the spot and you belong to the King's party. Okay, so as I was saying that now, you see, Pakistan, the chickens are coming home to roost. When you over-militarize a state, when an army owns a country, then this is what is going to happen. They will keep buying newer and newer toys. To hell with Imran Khan's demands for austerity, etc. What austerity? Imran Khan, poor fellow himself, was flying around, in cattle class, as one of our politicians here put it. And he had to borrow planes from Saudi Arabia, and he was offloaded from one plane. The fact is, sir, the economy is stupid. As Arnab very rightly says, it will do you in. The USSR in 1991 collapsed without a single shot being fired. So did Nazi Germany, also imploded. So did the Austria-Hungarian Empire implode. Because of imperial overreach, overstretch.
The thing is, General Bakshi, I need to open up to the others, please. Thank you. General Bakshi, let's get the response from... Let's get the response from General Bakshi. General Bakshi, let's get the response. Let's get the response from some of our Pakistani panelists, and Qamar and Mohammed Omar Siddiqui and Hamid, all are there waiting to respond to you. But I will just give a small intervention. 1 minute, please. Hamid, I'm not running anywhere, neither are you. So we'll have time to talk about this. You see, the fact is that all Pakistanis think that eventually, whenever we are in trouble, we'll talk about Kashmir. Your talking about Kashmir will not feed your people. Hai? You need to understand your situation there. Your situation is very bad. 1 minute. And you're also worried. My personal view, you ask any Pakistani analyst, Hamid, they will tell you that the overreaction to an empty Indian missile crossing your border. Empty, kuch nahi. The way you reacted shows that you're a country in fright. You think we will take advantage of your political situation and attack you. Yes, we will attack you. We will take back, what is rightfully ours, but we'll do it in the fullness of time, at a time of our own convenience. The second point is, Hamid, and I'm saying this to you with some, mutual respect. You stop thinking about Kashmir. I need you to understand, we are a huge economy. We are much bigger than Russia. Much bigger than Russia. So you need to understand what India is. Okay, Hamid? India economically is much more powerful, much larger GDP than Russia. So that's the size of what India is. So forget about India, forget about Kashmir. You realize that today, even what Mustafa Abdullah Baloch is telling you, 1 minute. You can say to me, Hamid, oh, you're an Indian, I hate you, you'll never speak the truth about my country. But you ask, Mustafa Abdullah, you ask him right now, I will not edit this, you ask him right now what his leader Bilawal Bhutto has said about what is going on.
Let me reply.
Why is Bilawal Bhutto given a deadline for Imran to quit? No, मेरे से मत सुनिए आप तो मुझे हमारे कंट्री के आपको प्रॉब्लम है ना आप उनसे पूछिए मैं डॉन I'll read out 1 minute I'll read out from the Dawn the Dawn editorial written by Nadeem Paracha the Dawn editorial written by Nadeem Paracha on the 13th of March एक मिनट सुन लीजिए please Nadeem please hear the inconvenient truth Hear the inconvenient truth. आज का ही मैं पढ़ लेता हूँ आपको. मैं कोई I am reading out a Pakistani publication, right? I am reading out a Pakistani. You don't like to hear the truth? Actually, I may be an Indian, but you don't have to respond like this. Pakistani publication में क्या लिखा है? It is said, misuse of state institutions, executive powers to browbeat the opposition, the media, destroy the media and the judiciary, to hide the funds that his party has received from illegal sources. And this is the regime, according to the Don Mustafa Abdullah Baloch, which has bungled up the economy. And it says there will every likelihood nobody will be lamenting his ouster if the opposition succeeds in removing him.
Honestly, if you don't
want me to say I'm quoting from.
I would like to respond.
Okay, you hear Mustafa once. I'll be quiet. So you hear Mustafa once.
You're going to General.
Just one second. You hear Mustafa, then you reply. You hear Mustafa, then you reply. I will be quiet.
I want
Mustafa, you tell him.
To Sushant and General G.D. Bakshi.
Arnab,
I want to reply.
No, Sushant, you reply later. First, hear from your own Pakistani friend.
The current political
I think there is a
situation
sequence
is that
of
Bilawal
debate.
Bhutto is the
You should
only
take it like
leader
that.
who is representing youth of Pakistan, and he has been coming all the way from Karachi to Islamabad with a sea of people against Imran Khan. That shows that Imran Khan is right now the most unpopular person in Pakistan. And that shows that Pakistan is hopeful that yes, we have a leadership. We have a sane and respectable and educated leadership like Bilawal Bhutto, who is son of Shaheed Mohtamma Benazir Bhutto, who have already served Pakistan. So we are hopeful. We are hopeful. Yes, we are in a very serious situation. Yes, we are facing economic crisis. Yes, we are facing a diplomatic crisis and instability, political instability in Pakistan. But we are very hopeful. We are very hopeful that yes, once we oust Imran, we will be in a very better position, and Pakistan's democracy will go in a very smooth path. So Imran Khan's popularity has shrinked right now, and all those editorials and all those analysis are like almost the same, and they are just interpreting the truth that yes, he has destabilized the economy. He has never considered his political opponents as real opponents. He has called names of all those respectable political people in mainstream media. So that was something which never happened in democracy. I mean, Imran used to, teach us about democracy in UK, and he has, lived a lot of his time in Britain, and he used to, lecture us about that. But I have never seen such kind of things in UK. In any democracy even. In democracy, you need to respect your opponents. You need to agree to disagree. But he has.
Yeah, that Mohammed Omar Siddiqui of the PTI is there on the program. Let him respond. Yeah.
Let me respond, Arnab.
I think Mohammed Omar Siddiqui of the PTI should also come in. Yeah, Hamid.
Yes, first of all, Mr. Arnab.
Yeah, reply, Hamid. Reply.
You just said, Mr. Hamid, you want to talk? You want to give your point?
Let me reply.
Okay, you reply. Arnab, please take me after him. Let him speak because he wanted to speak so much.
I'll take you after him.
Let him be on.
Okay, Hamid wants to come in. Yeah, Hamid wants to come in.
Okay.
I will go to him. Hamid wants to say something. General Katoch, I'm coming to you right after this. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. I want to say two things, please. Sushant openly admitted that all the Indians have a wet dream of destructive Pakistan. So I want to reply that Pakistan will remain your nightmare.
Oh, stop.
Pakistan will always be survived. Pakistan will remain in your nightmares. Secondly, you are talking about the missile sent by mistake. It shows how insecure and incapable your system is, how incapable your defense system is, and you are selling uranium.
Tell you are digressing. General no, 1 minute. It's not about India. It's not about India. It's not about India.
I'm just trying to explain you. That if your system is so failure and you call yourself a modern military system, no, sorry, you have bunch of goons who cannot even monitor or operate your own missile systems. You are a threat to the peace of the world. You are the threat to the peace of the world because you do not have enough security of your own missiles. You do not have enough security of your own nuclear.
Okay, thank you. It's not going to help you. I think General Katoch, with great politeness, we need to tell our Pakistani friends that this whole business of making India, of creating a situation. 1 minute, Hamid, 1 minute. Hamid, 1 minute. Hamid, 1 minute. Volume down. Hamid. You are breaking up, you are bankrupt, you are in trouble. The PPP is questioning. The PPP has told Imran Khan resign by a particular point of time. Your inflation is at an all-time low. Your concern is with India. 1 minute, volume down, let me not be interrupted. Your concern is with India, a country economically more powerful than Russia. You are talking about India. Bhai, apne ghar mein dekhiye na halat kya aapki. I want to ask you, General Katoch, will this work this time? Every time they have an internal issue, they blame it on the Indians. Every time they have an internal issue, they blame it on the Indians, but I don't think it's going to work this time. I don't think it'll work. What do you think?
Thank you, Arnab. Hamid sahab, 1 minute de dijiye hame bhi.
Come down.
Right, Arnab, now, Arnab, what I wanted, I've just got 3 very small points to make, and after that, a Pakistani guest may come in. I have noticed that when I was in my study of Pakistan, all political parties in Pakistan, when they get into trouble, especially on the retaining power, they run to the army. Now, I don't think that's a very good sign for democracy within the country. And even in the instant case, one of the ministers of the present government has actually made a statement that the Pakistan government the Pakistan military is duty bound to support the government in the no confidence vote. Now, a no confidence vote is a political thing, right? No military should ever get involved in this politics. This is point 1. And I think it's a very dangerous trend if military start getting involved in votes of confidence. Number 2, I think after a very long time, Pakistan took out a great document, a national security document. Now, that was based on geoeconomics, but there were inherent contradictions in that document because after all that, they have retained it as geopolitics. It is not going to work unless you get onto geoeconomics. And if you have to get down to geoeconomics, you have to sacrifice geopolitics. I'm afraid that is the bottom line. Lastly, within India, I think Pakistan is no longer a matter of discourse. It is really out of the radar, very frankly, yes, especially in think tank circles. This is one. So when I look at Pakistan, very honestly, I only compare you to Bangladesh, right? And if you take the comparison of the last 3 years of the performance of Bangladesh with the performance of Pakistan, I think it comes out what happens with a stable, mature polity which is existing in Bangladesh, how they have steered their economy and see their rate of growth as compared to what Pakistan is. They have got a lower rate of inflation, a higher rate of growth, and miracles of miracles. Now they are lending money to even countries like Sri Lanka. So, I think if it is up to the people of Pakistan to choose their destiny. As far as we in India are concerned, I don't think you're part of the radar. You're not in our radar. But you must introspect which way you wish to go. It is your country, and good luck to you. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. I think you put it in perspective. So firstly, I would like to tell all our Pakistani friends, Kamar Chima and Hamid, especially, who are very, 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 aggressive sometimes, and Mohammed Omar Siddiqui also to you, that this is over the last 7 years particularly, the way India is growing economically, militarily, strategically, diplomatically, geostrategically, Pakistan is not on our radar. Okay, it's nowhere on our radar. Yes, there is a 1 minute, please. Yes, there is a, allow me please, Hamid, I didn't interrupt you. Yes, there is a geopolitical and economic rivalry with China. It is natural because we are two large countries with large economies and large militaries. But we also talk. We'll sort it out in our own way. We are one of the top 5 economies in the world. We're overtaking France, UK. We're at another scale. So first of all, I genuinely think that it is time for a course correction from the Pakistani side, where they need to stop thinking or even imagining about India and genuinely use the next 10 years to repairing their own system. You see, yes, Faraz?
Just give me 2 minutes. I just want to give my take on this. And
Okay, Mohammed Omar Siddiqui goes first. Yes, Mr. Siddiqui.
First of all, Mr. Baloch obviously is my political colleague, my Pakistani friend, my Pakistani colleague. We will sort our problems out in our own way.
Yeah.
But the thing is that General Bakshi, my elder, he's sitting over here. Let me be thankful to him because I respect him the way he talks and the neutral way he talks. Trust me. Mr. General Bakshi once said, I heard him saying कि हमें पाकिस्तानी फौज का शुक्रिया अदा करना चाहिए कि इन्होंने हमें लड़ना सिखाया. तो Mr. Arnab, please आपको ये चीज़ याद है तो इसको अपने ज़हन में बिठा के रखिएगा because देखें, if you say that you are gonna attack Pakistan someday, trust me, let it be tomorrow. Let it be tomorrow. We will definitely give the reply as we have been giving in Kargil. You guys went straight to Bill Clinton. Your president, your prime minister, straightly went to Bill Clinton. So because Musharraf, our president Musharraf was not coming down from the Kargil, and you guys were just begging the independence from the Kargil from.
I'll tell you one thing.
Arnab, I want to respond to that.
Mr. Siddiqui,
Arnab, I must be allowed
no,
to
Mr.
respond to that.
Mr. Siddiqui, you will respond, but you of course you will respond, General Bakshi, but one line from my side as well. 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 You see, Mr. Siddiqui, please remember, never forget, किसने किसको लड़ाना सिखाया, है ना? आप तो लड़ ही नहीं पाए ना 16 दिसंबर 1971 में. एक मिनट सुन लीजिए ना, आप क्यों सुनना नहीं चाहते? Remember, it is your responsibility as a younger generation Pakistani to tell your and the future generations that never forget the hammering we got from the Indians. 93,000 prisoners of war. You think it's a joke? It's the largest number of prisoners of war since the Second World War. You want to talk about kisne kisko ladna sikhaya? General Bakshi will respond to you. I'm just saying, we don't really give too much of a damn about the Pakistanis, but you need to think about your own economy. You need to think about your own condition of your people, General Bakshi. I'm your well-wisher, I'm telling you that.
Arnab, that Pakistani youngster seems to be bright, but let me tell this scholar.
Come on.
अरे साहब, आप सो रहे थे, सोते रहिए. Acha, this young scholar, he must quote his sources correctly. You must be impeccable about your sources. By the way, I took part in the 71 war. And let me tell you, what I said was, thank God for the excellent punching practice that the Pakistan army has given us. It is this which has made us so good in combat, which has given us combat practice, punching practice. Thank God to the Pakistani armed forces for giving us punching practice. You get that right. You must quote correctly. You can't misquote, you see. You are a scholar.
Come on, Sushant. The question is, however, Mustafa Baloch, I want Mustafa Baloch on the program. I want Mustafa Baloch back on the program. 1 minute. Mustafa, 1 minute.
Yes.
Mustafa, in this lies the danger. I am asking you, and I'm asking everyone in Pakistan, will shouting at India help the condition of the people of Pakistan? No. Mustafa, we need to go to the real issue we began the debate with, which is the political situation. And what are the reasons for that political situation? What are the reasons for that political situation in Pakistan? Can you tell us a little bit about it?
The reason was a soul arrogance from Mr. Imran Khan since day one. Since day one, he was not willing to, sit and talk with any opponent of Pakistani political parties. And since day one, he was, trying to witch hunt and go after any other political leader so that there is no opposition in Pakistan. So that was the reason that certain political instability came in, and that resulted into economic crisis. Because in any parliament, in any democracy, you need an opposition. You need a very aggressive opposition, and you need to at least allow them to speak in parliament. But we were not allowed. All the opposition leaders were behind the bars. So,
why weren't they allowed?
That was
Mohammed, why weren't they allowed?
Right now, Imran Khan
why weren't they allowed, Mohammed?
First of all, Mustafa bhai, let me be very honest to you as well. We both are Pakistanis. We both are colleagues, political colleagues, and we can sort it out really very well. We don't want. Trust me. I don't want these things to be discussed in a channel where we are talking about Pakistan Army and our neighboring country India. Trust me. Achha, first of all, let me once again, Mr. Arnab, let me once again be honest and thankful to Mr. General Bakshi. He is my elder. And I was just, quoting the thing that I obviously listened to, every Pakistani listened to this thing. And Mr. General Bakshi, you cleared it really well. Thanks a lot. Okay, the thing is that, let me be honest while saying this, that Pakistan Army and Pakistani government, they both are and they both will be on the same page. And they have been on the same page since 1947. Where there were some differences, everyone knows why the differences came into being, and those were some traitors being Prime Minister of Pakistan, and
Sushant. Saurabh.
I don't want to discuss it anymore.
Okay, so you're getting a counter from Saurabh. It's at 30 seconds.
Saying that we have to talk in Pakistan, not in India.
Mr. Siddiqui, let Saurabh respond to you, please.
They use these sham democracy that you have in Pakistan as a puppet. They want to now get rid of Imran Khan and get somebody else as a puppet government, because they feel his utility has happened. They know that there is a bankruptcy of all kinds. Imran Khan has not been able to deliver what the Pakistani army wanted. They obviously want to rake up because they are mighty jealous. Look at a country which was, we were two countries which got independence in 1947. Where are you? Where is India? There is no comparison. Today, India is a global power. You are going with a begging bowl.
The biggest right of human rights. Trust me, you can visit to in Pakistan whenever you want to, and you will see.
Okay, let me tell you, Muhammad Omer Siddiqui, let me tell you, you can sit together and you can tell Mr. Baloch, let's not fight on an Indian TV channel. I wish it was as easy as that. Finally, you say the military and the democratic civilian leaders of Pakistan are together. I'm sure they were together. When Zulfikar Ali Bhutto was led to the gallows. Ladies and gentlemen, I thank you. I thank you very much for joining me with the big news, breaking coverage from Ukraine. With more and more crews landing ahead of the talks in Rome. I shall see you tomorrow. Good night and goodbye.